Last night, the Dr. Phil show became a blazing battleground when Dr. Phil McGraw kicked Elon Musk off his set after a fiery confrontation. A jaw-dropping showdown that left viewers stunned, the studio in chaos, social media erupting with the fallout. Sources say what began as a high-profile interview, with Musk defending his tech ventures and public statements, spiraled into a volatile clash, with Dr. Phil's relentless probing driving Musk to a breaking point that ended in his dramatic ejection, a moment already the night's viral bombshell. Before we dive into this explosive unraveling, drop a comment with where you're watching from. Hit subscribe for more jaw-dropping stories like this. Musk, the billionaire innovator behind Tesla and SpaceX, known for his bold vision and polarizing remarks, strode onto the set with his trademark swagger, ready to discuss his latest projects, his influence. But Dr. Phil wasn't here for a TED Talk, opening with a piercing jab. "Elon, you're a genius or just a provocateur?" The question, laced with challenge, hit hard, and insiders say the audience felt it, some murmuring, others tensing, as Musk grinned. "I'm a genius, Phil. You're just a talker." The tension ignited fast. Dr. Phil referenced a controversial Musk tweet, critics split. "This is your influence," he stated. "But is it progress or just noise?" Musk fired back, his voice steady. "It's progress, Phil. I build, you critique." The crowd splitting, some cheering, others whispering, as producers watched, sensing the segment veering off script, friction brewing early. Sources say the studio buzzed, Musk's charisma held, but Dr. Phil's eyes narrowed. He spotted a crack, the stage set for a clash that would end with Musk kicked off. What's gripping everyone isn't just the start, it's how swiftly it turned fiery. Musk leaned in. "You don't get my mission, Phil. I'm reshaping the future. You're reshaping opinions." And Dr. Phil struck. "Future? You're reshaping chaos, Elon. I'll prove it." His probe personal, cutting. The crowd gasped, some shouted, others filmed, as the clash took a raw turn, with Musk's grin fading, Dr. Phil's stare sharpening, the night charging toward a fiery, chaotic peak, the confrontation just beginning to burn. The fiery confrontation on the Dr. Phil show last night surged into a blazing onslaught as Dr. Phil McGraw, his psychological probing a live spark, began tearing into Elon Musk, the billionaire innovator behind Tesla and SpaceX, with a series of cutting questions that turned a tense interview into a volatile clash, leaving the studio charged, producers on edge, Musk's confident demeanor starting to fray. Sources say after Musk's bold claim, "I'm reshaping the future," and his dismissal of Dr. Phil's critiques, the host fired back with intensity, fueling a confrontation that's already burning up the internet, inching closer to Musk's live ejection. Dr. Phil, his stare piercing, zeroed in on Musk's public controversies. "Chaos, Elon. Your tweets spark fire, but your leadership fizzles," his voice dripping with challenge, as he displayed a montage of Musk's polarizing X posts, critics slamming their impact, the crowd reacting fast, some chuckling, others murmuring, while Musk's tone hardened. "Fizzles? I deliver progress, Phil. You deliver lectures." His retort firm, clipped, drawing cheers, boos from the divided audience, the tension thickening with every word. The host pressed harder. "Progress? Or just a loud stunt, Elon? You're a one-man circus," sources say. Musk's eyes narrowed, his voice rising. "Circus? I've built empires, Phil. You've built catchphrases." The comeback bold, strained, the crowd stirring, some shouting, "Go Elon," others jeering, as producers whispered, "He's hooked," their headsets buzzing, the segment slipping. From scripted to pandemonium, friction mounting. Dr. Phil smirked. "Catchphrases? You're the spectacle, Elon. Your fuse is lit." His jab piercing, personal, stoking Musk's fire. What fueled the blaze wasn't just the questions. It was Musk's defiance. Insiders report he leaned forward. Spectacle? I've got vision. Phil, I'm forging history, you're forging drama. His tone raw, intense, and Dr. Phil struck back. History? You're forging trouble, Elon. Look at you, pointing at his clenched jaw. The audience splitting wider, some chanting, Phil, Phil, others booing, with phones filming, X-posts surging. Musk's rattled, one read, racking up likes. As the clash grew fiercer, Musk's composure slipping. The studio pulsed with heat. Sources say Musk's hands gripped the chair. Trouble? I'm a force, Phil. I'll outlast your snark. His voice trembling slightly. And Dr. Phil pounced. Force? You're a soundbite now, Elon. Sparking live. His words ruthless, cutting. The crowd roaring, some standing, others yelling, while producers signaled a break, their hands waving. But Musk pushed on. I'm not a soundbite. You're nothing. His bravado wobbling, the chaos swelling, with insiders noting, he's fraying. The night charging toward a fiery, explosive peak. Dr. Phil's assault unrelenting. The Dr. Phil show erupted into a blazing inferno last night, as Dr. Phil McGraw, his psychological probing a searing force, drove Elon Musk, the billionaire innovator behind Tesla and SpaceX, into a fiery confrontation, a relentless barrage of cutting questions turning a tense interview into a public breaking point, leaving the studio electric, the audience divided, Musk's bold resolve crumbling under the pressure. Sources say Musk's shaky vow, I'm not a soundbite after defending his force, met Dr. Phil's ruthless jab, inching closer to the clash that led to his live ejection, a moment now dominating every platform. Dr. Phil, his stare unrelenting, intensified his attack. Soundbite, Elon? Your vision's loud, but your impact's a whisper. His voice dripping with mockery as he flashed a montage. Musk's controversial X-posts, business critiques piling, the crowd reacting hard, some laughing, others gasping, while Musk's jaw clenched. Whisper? I'm a trailblazer, Phil. You're a cynic. His voice loud, trembling, the audience surging, cheers clashing with boos. As producers watched, hands twitching, the live feed holding, tension soaring. The host dug deeper. Trailblazer? You're trailing chaos, Elon. Look at the mess. His jab vicious, personal. And Musk snapped back. Mess? I've built the future, Phil. You've built nothing. His words fierce, faltering with strain. The crowd splitting, some shouting, Go Elon! Others jeering, with phones filming, X-posts exploding. Musk's shaken, one read, trending fast. Dr. Phil smirked. Future? You're fading now, Elon. Your fire's slipping, pointing at his flushed glare. The audience roaring, some chanting, Break him! Others pleading, Ease up! As the chaos swelled. What turned the heat into a wildfire wasn't just the insults, it was Musk's fury. Insiders say he stood, slamming the table. Fading? I'm a force, Phil. I'll bury you. His tone raw, roaring, and Dr. Phil fired back. Force? You're a stunt factory, Elon. Bury yourself, his taunt ruthless. The crowd splitting wider, some rushing the stage edge, others yelling with clips hitting X. Musk's unhinged, racking up shares, as Musk shouted, I'm not a stunt. I'll crush you. His voice cracking with anger, hands pounding again, the studio igniting. The room became a tinderbox. Sources report producers signaled security, their voices urgent. He's hot. But Musk pressed on. You're a nobody, Phil. I'm the real deal. His fury shaking, sweat beading as Dr. Phil stood. Real deal? You're a tantrum, Elon, crashing live. His command sharp, piercing, the crowd erupting, some tossing cups, others live streaming, while Musk roared, I'm not crashing, you're done. His voice thundering, eyes wild, the clash peaking, with insiders noting, he's over the edge. The night hurtling toward a fiery collapse. Dr. Phil's pressure unyielding. The Dr. Phil Show hit its fiery zenith last night, as Dr. Phil McGraw, his psychological probing a relentless blaze, drove Elon Musk, the billionaire innovator behind Tesla and SpaceX, into a chaotic collapse during a fiery confrontation, a ferocious showdown spiraling into a breaking point on live TV, leaving the studio in turmoil, viewers agape, the internet a wildfire of reaction. Sources say Musk's thundering roar, "I'm not crashing, you're done," met Dr. Phil's brutal, devastating taunt that shattered his composure, sparking a meltdown that's set to seal his live ejection. The night's peak a raw, explosive eruption. Dr. Phil, his stare cold, landed a devastating blow. "Tantrum, Elon? Your vision's a stunt, you're no genius, just a loudmouth with a platform." His voice sharp, cruel as he flashed a mock reel. Musk's controversial X posts, business missteps, the crowd reacting hard, some laughing, others gasping, while Musk's face twisted. "Loudmouth? I'm a pioneer, Phil. You're a speck." His voice booming, fracturing with rage, the audience surging, cheers clashing with boos as producers watched, hands frozen, the live feed holding, chaos exploding. Dr. Phil pressed the wound. "Pioneer? You're a performer, Elon, burning live." His jab vicious, final, and Musk lunged forward. "Performer? I've built empires. You've built nothing." His words furious, eyes blazing, with Dr. Phil pouncing. "Empires? You're a meltdown, Elon. Your star's a bust," pointing at his trembling frame. The crowd roaring, some chanting, "Fall, fall," others shouting, "Hold on," as phones filmed, X posts surging. "Musk's done," one read, trending, fast. Musk roared, "I'm not a bust. You're trash." His hands slamming the table, fury spilling, a bellow shaking the stage. The clash broke wide open. Insiders say Musk stood fully. "Trash? I'm a force, Phil. I'll crush you." His voice raw, unhinged, as Dr. Phil leaned in. "Force? You're a fraud who's lost the plot, Elon, crashing live." His taunt merciless. The audience surging, some standing, filming, others yelling, with clips hitting X instantly. "Musk's meltdown live," one read, racking up shares, another, showing his roar. "He's lost it," going viral, millions watching. Musk shouted, "I'm not a fraud, you're nothing." His voice shaking, table rattling, the chaos overwhelming, his control gone. What primed the ejection was Musk's unraveling sources report. He ripped off his mic. "You call me a fraud? I'm done with this circus." His voice a mix of rage, exhaustion, tossing the mic down, the crash resounding, while Dr. Phil laughed. "Circus? You're the clown, Elon. Get out." His words brutal, final, the crowd erupting, some rushing. The stage, others chanting, "Out, out," as Musk spun. "I'm leaving, you're pathetic." His fury blazing, the clash complete, with insiders saying, "He's shattered." The night hurtling toward his exit. Dr. Phil's taunt the spark. That broke him. The Dr. Phil Show descended into sheer pandemonium last night as Elon Musk, the billionaire innovator behind Tesla and SpaceX, was kicked off the set live after a fiery confrontation, his furious, mic-dropping exit triggered by Dr. Phil McGraw's ruthless taunt. "You're a fraud who's lost the plot," leaving the studio in shambles, viewers stunned, the internet exploding with the fallout of a showdown that broke him live. Sources say Musk's raging cry, "I'm leaving, you're pathetic," as he stormed off, marked the end of his stand, with Dr. Phil's cold triumph resounding. The night's chaos hitting a blazing peak, the ejection sealing a viral spectacle. Musk, fury unleashed, tore off his mic and charged toward the exit. "I'm leaving, you're pathetic." His voice a ragged bellow, his frame tense, face flushed, pointing back. "This show's a sham." As Dr. Phil stood, arms crossed. "Sham? You're the bust, Elon, you're done." His taunt sharp, victorious, the crowd roaring, some cheering. "Out, out!" Others gasping. "No, Elon!" While security trailed, hands hovering, unable to halt his stormy retreat. The live feed, capturing every wild stride, his figure vanishing into the wings, a tempest fading under the studio lights. The audience lost all control. Insiders say some surged forward, phones flashing, filming Musk's chaotic exit. Others pounded seats, shouting, "He's gone!" While a few voiced support, "Elon still king." The room a clash of noise, with producers stunned, their headsets buzzing. "He's out! Keep it live!" One stammered. The broadcast holding, showing the discarded mic where Musk once sat, now a testament to his collapse. What turned this moment into a spectacle wasn't just the rage. It was Musk's downfall. Sources report his last snarl. "This show's a sham!" roared as he vanished, his defiance drowned in anger, while Dr. Phil waved, "Bust! You're the wreck, Elon. Goodbye." His final barb ruthless. The crowd splitting wider, cheers crashing against boos, with X exploding, clips of Musk's frantic exit trending. "He's done," one post read, racking up shares, another of his mic. Toss. Dr. Phil crushed him, going viral, millions watching the wreckage loop. Insiders say producers leaned into the chaos. The ratings spike a gold mine, the ejection too raw to cut. The immediate aftermath slammed hard. Musk's team scrambled backstage. Sources hint he raged in a green room. "I'll spin this," his voice a furious rasp. Aides rushing to shield him from cameras, while Dr. Phil strutted. "That's how you handle a loudmouth," he quipped to the crowd, their cheers deafening, some surging the stage, others filming, as security cleared the wings. The night's end, a smoldering wreck. Online, the tide turned fast. Musk crashed. One thread read, "Dr. Phil's boss." Another claimed, with analysts noting, "He broke him live." The host's victory locked, the chaos poised to blaze on. The fallout surged beyond the studio. Musk's ejection a spark that lit a firestorm, his public image at risk. The clash a defining scar. The fallout from Elon Musk's dramatic ejection from the Dr. Phil show last night after a fiery confrontation with Dr. Phil McGraw has unleashed a torrent of reaction, with the billionaire innovator's furious mic-dropping exit ending in his backstage roar, "I'll spin this," turning a live TV showdown into a global spectacle, leaving Musk's public image bruised, Dr. Phil's victory blazing. The internet, airwaves buzzing with takes that won't fade. Sources say what began as a defense of his tech empire ended with Musk kicked off. His downfall a viral blaze, the clash's ripples shaking everything in its path, sealing a saga now etched in public lore. Musk's backstage rage landed like a spark. Insiders report he stormed a green room, fists clenched. "I'll spin this," his voice a raw snarl. Aides hustling him past cameras as reporters swarmed, while X erupted, his tweet, "Back to building the future," posted later, pulling 200,000 likes but swamped by replies. "You crashed, Elon," trending fast, with clips of his stormy exit, mic toss looping millions of times. Musk crushed. A viral thread claimed. Memes of his retreat captioned. "Billionaire meltdown," flooding TikTok, Instagram. Supporters rallied. "He's a visionary. They're cruel," one post pleaded. But the tide surged. His reputation singed. Dr. Phil's camp reveled in the glory. Sources say his next show opened with, "We had Musk. He flared. I floored him." His quip smug, victorious, pulling a 65% ratings surge, snagging viewers hooked on the chaos. While insiders hint he's gloating. "He burned. I won." His team eyeing more high-stakes guests, with analysts noting, "He owned it," though some whisper, Musk's plotting. The triumph edged with risk. The crowd's cheers echoed. Online, Dr. Phil rules, ringing across platforms, locking his commanding edge sharper. The internet split like a fault line. Musk fans mourned, "They ambushed him, he's a genius." One X post read, racking up shares, while critics feasted. "Elon's a loud fraud," another hit viral status, with debates raging, "Was it fair?" Trending clips of his fury dissected. "He snapped," one pundit said. "Dr. Phil played it perfect." Another added, predicting brief dips in Tesla's PR, X's engagement. His brand scratched. Sources say Musk's hold up, scheming, with talk of a counterstrike, maybe a cheeky X post or Tesla stunt. His silence loud, the ejection a scar that's sticking. Industry insiders note his ventures face fleeting mockery, his charisma under playful scrutiny. The ripple effects are seismic. Daytime TV's rattled. Experts call it a shift. Dr. Phil flipped the script, or fried it, one said, shows eyeing, bolder segments, or stricter control, risking fade if they falter while viewers divide, half cheer, he fell to titan, half wince. Too harsh. The clash a cultural burn. Musk's fall, Dr. Phil's peak, etched in viral lore. The saga's impact stretches beyond the studio. Musk's brand faces headwinds, his influence questioned, while Dr. Phil's stature soars, his stage a fortress. This isn't over, it's a fuse. Musk's comeback, Dr. Phil's next jab, set to ignite. So stay tuned. If you're hooked on this madness, smash that subscribe button now. Don't miss the next blaze.